on Zen. To obtain enlightenment in martial art means the extinction of everything which obscures the true knowledge, the real life. At the same time, it implies boundless expansion, and indeed, emphasis should not fall on the cultivation of the particular department which merges into the totality, but rather on the totality that enters and unites that particular department. The way to transcend karma lies in the proper use of the mind and the will. The oneness of all life is a truth that can be fully realized only when false notions of a separate self, whose destiny can be considered apart from the whole, are forever annihilated. Voidness is that which stands right in the middle between this and that. The void is all-inclusive, having no opposite. There is nothing which it excludes or opposes. It is living void because all forms come out of it, and whoever realizes the void is filled with life and power and the love of all beings. Turn into a doll made of wood. It has no ego, it thinks nothing. It is not grasping or sticky. Let the body and limbs work themselves out in accordance with the discipline they have undergone. If nothing within you stays rigid, outward things will disclose themselves. Moving, be like water. Still, be like a mirror. Respond like an echo. Nothingness cannot be defined. The softest thing cannot be snapped. I'm moving and not moving at all. I'm like the moon underneath the waves that ever go on rolling and rocking. It is not I am doing this, but rather an inner realization that this is happening through me, where it is doing this for me. The consciousness of self is the greatest hindrance to the proper execution of all physical action. The localization of the mind means it's freezing. When it ceases to flow freely as it is needed, it is no more the mind in its suchness. The immovable is the concentration of energy at a given focus, as at the axis of a wheel, instead of dispersal in scattered activities. The point is the doing of them rather than the accomplishments. There is no actor but the action. There is no experiencer but the experience. To see a thing uncolored by one's own personal preferences and desires is to see it in its own pristine simplicity. Art reaches its greatest peak when devoid of self-consciousness. Freedom discovers man the moment he loses concern over what impression he is making or about to make. The perfect way is only difficult for those who pick and choose, do not like, do not dislike. All will then be clear. Make a hairbreadth difference and heaven and earth are set apart. If you want the truth to stand clear before you, never be for or against. The struggle between for and against is the mind's worst disease. Wisdom does not consist of trying to wrest the good from the evil, but in learning to ride them as a cork adapts itself to the crests and throes of the waves. Let yourself go with the disease. Be with it. Keep company with it. This is the way to be rid of it. An assertion is Zen only when it is itself an act and does not refer to anything that is asserted in it. In Buddhism, there is no place for using effort. Just be ordinary and nothing special. Eat your food, move your bowels, pass water, and when you're tired, go and lay down. The ignorant will laugh at me, but the wise will understand. Establish nothing in regard to oneself. Pass quickly like the non-existent, and be quiet as purity. Those who gain, lose. Do not precede others, always follow them. Do not run away, let go. Do not seek, for it will come when least expected. Give up thinking as though not giving it up. Observe techniques as though not observing. There is no fixed teaching. All I can provide is an appropriate medicine for a particular ailment.